connection or the love.
What did you think of him?
We always had, like, a great relationship.
Marcus told my people he searched for you all those years. Do you believe him or not?
To be honest, I feel like he could have tried harder. I feel like he could have tried harder.
You have more doubt about Jessica than you do about Cassie.
I thought both of them was my daughters until a month ago.
Earlier in the show, we met Jessica and her sister Cassie, who are here today to find out if a man named Marcus is their biological father. Now, Marcus and his wife Lolita believe there's a possibility that Cassie would be Marcus's daughter, but they have great doubts about Jessica. And Jessica and Cassie have waited a lifetime for these DNA results. Now, it's interesting, when I end up doing stories like this in terms of adult paternity, I and our entire audience want this to be so that Marcus is the father of both kids. Sometimes, because Jessica, you say you watch the show, sometimes this doesn't happen. Are you prepared for either way?
Maybe mentally, not emotionally, but yeah.
Okay, we're gonna find out. Marcus, before I read the results, anything you want to say to these two?
Really, I want to rekindle our relationships, if it's possible.
In the case of 22-year-old Jessica, Marcus, you are not the father. And in the case of 23-year-old Cassie, Marcus, you are not.
I ain't gonna run off.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Oh, my God.
It's all right. It's all right. It's okay. Ain't nothing gonna change. You hear me?
Oh, my God.
Come here. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. Ain't nothing gonna change.
Look, I know this is a shock, okay? If there's any way we can help, if there's any way we can move this somewhere. So, Rachel is hoping that a paternity test proves that one of these two men is her biological father. You see, for the first half of her life, Rachel only knew Jim as her dad. But then she began hearing rumors that a man named Donald was actually her father. A rumor that was confirmed later on by a family member. Now, since then, Rachel and Jim have been struggling with the possibility that they are not father and daughter. So you think a lot of your life apparently has been a lie.
Well, I was about 15 years old, and my mom basically told me, the exact words was, "Mommy's baby, daddy's maybe." And
because up until then, Jim had been the father in your life.
Yes, yes.
In fact, as I remember, you went to live with him.
I lived with him for most of my life, yes. And when my mom came to me and told me about that information, I held on to it for about a year before I came to my father and told him, because I knew it was going to break his heart.
I see. And did it?
It did. It kind of separated our bond a little bit, because we were really close. And, I mean, we still are. They're still my dad. I love him. But I feel like it separated us a little bit.
That was at 15, right?
At 15.
Then it was kind of like dormant for a while.
Yeah, it was just left alone. Nobody, you know, my mom left it alone. My dad just, you know, he believes that I'm his daughter, no matter what.
And then what happened when you were 26?
Family member, I was speaking about the situation, and the family member said that she knew exactly where Donald was. And I've been searching for him since I was 15.
And you finally found him?
I found him.
And you met him?
I met him, and he wanted a bond. He said right away that you know, he felt like I looked identical to his other 2 daughters. So I saw a picture of his 2 girls, and that's when I started questioning.
What did Jim think when you ended up meeting Donald? Now there's a real problem, right?
He was very upset. Like I said, he believes I'm his daughter, no matter what. No matter what the result of this show, that's always my dad.
Right. But there are other, you have other members of your family, right? It's just not you, right?
Right,
You
right.
have sisters.
I do.
In fact, one of your sisters is here today.
Yeah.
Her name is Ashley. You believe that Jim is her father.
Full-heartedly. And actually, I'm hurt. I'm angry with my sister because...
You're angry at her?
Yes.
Why?
You can be angry with me, though.
How can I be angry with you? You've known this how long, and you're choosing 15 years later to do this?
I was 15.
15 years later, you had a 15-year span to do that.
Exactly.
And look what you're doing to
they
our
were
father.
the adult in
Look
the
what
situation.
you're doing to
I was
our
the
dad.
child. And look what it's doing to me. Ain't nobody thought about what's going on with me.
You firmly believe that your father is her father.
Firmly. We're Weaver sisters. We look identical. I'm 2 years younger than her, and we almost look identical.
We have the same mother. Of course, we look identical.
Okay, and identical comes with father and mother.
Ashley, has your father talked to you about this?
Yes, he is heartbroken.
What about me? Is anybody taking into consideration what I'm going
You
through?
had plenty of opportunity to do this.
I gave them plenty of opportunity to go and get this done. Nobody had the income to do it, so here we are.
Well, take a look here. What do you think, Rachel?
I don't know. I don't see any similarities with either of them.
We're going to meet both these gentlemen, right? And first, we're going to meet your dad, okay? Here's Jim, everybody. You're my daughter, not his. You're mine. Good to see you, Jim. Nice to see you. Glad you're here. Your daughter? Do you have any idea that you'd end up here all these years later?
I always swore I'd never be on one of these shows.
I can understand. You raised this young lady.
Yes, I did from day one. I mean, from my daughter.
What was it like when all of a sudden Rachel comes to you, Jim, and says, Dad, I think that this other fella might be my father?
I said, no way. He's not. There's no way he is.
For like a year, you didn't speak to me.
Because she questioned whether I was her father. And I was like, I've been here your whole life.
Yeah.
I was like,
But that's the thing, though. It's not.
I can't believe one of my children would say to me, you know, after all these years that, you know, maybe somebody else is my father.
yeah.
Okay. How did you know she wanted a paternity test?
I saw a little something on Facebook, and so I called her. I was like, what's this about you're looking for this Donald guy? I was like, I'm your dad. What?
But nobody's taking into consideration. I understand that he raised me, and this is my father, and that's my sister, but there is a possibility that I have other siblings. I have other family out there. And for me to just ignore that, I can't do that.
Jim, you think you all look alike?
I think so.
You think she's abandoning your family?
To me, she is. She's
Abandoning?
us because, you know, you didn't talk to Dad, you didn't talk to us.
But there's a possibility that these other girls are my sisters, just like
Okay,
you.
there's a possibility. So why wouldn't you figure it out and then try to build a relationship
I haven't built a
with
relationship with them.
Instead
Put
of having...
yourself in my shoes.
When we
Exactly.
come back,
Then there's no question.
when we come back, we're going to meet Donald, and we